But he has to overstay a long time. Bot lane.
Actually looking for that third and final stack, but Mata taking a ton of damage here. The Flash Ignite. Talking about the tier timings does make it a little bit harder to get into the double tier mode. And now Faker has found score. He's going to at least try to force this ultimate to come out. There it is. The Lamb's Respite only going to last 4 seconds here. Can they get the follow-up kill? Faker thinking about it. Nicely done there by Blank. It's going to hit it onto UCal, and that's the knockout. First blood. This time will go over to Effort.
SKT with the Morgana and her ability to max W and push. This is actually just enabling Pyke, and now Pyke's on the Rift again.
Well, it's level 5 to level 7. They are going to get that engaged onto him. Smeb forced to flash away. Does feel like SKT won this round, but there's going to be a huge gank brush here. They're going to lock down actually two members in the front, and they should be able to get UCal here. That Pyke ultimate won't get it, but he does go down in the end and score with no help. They're trying to just kill him eventually. Waiting on that one, wanted to hand it over to Tal. That will be a 2 for 0. Here comes Effort with another great engage. They are going to get on top of Mata, who has nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and that will go over to Effort on the Pyke.
Banging
But SKT, they had the perfect champions to deal with that in the front. Let's see how this went down again.
Get the siding onto Pyke, so they know what to expect, but then they clump first CC into a 4-man Morgana ultimate. Controls space in a fantastic way. Score, not going to control any space this far behind on the Lamb's Respite. They were looking for the extra kills. That's why they didn't kill him instantly. Flash into the Bone Skewer by Effort. Very nicely done. And 3 kills and a Drake to SKT.
You get that one open, but even with the ward onto the Rift Herald, with the losing lane up on the top side, speaking of which, here comes Tal looking for the solo kill. Is not even going to get close, but he's trying to push Smeb out of this one, and here's Blank. Looking for the GP ultimate comes in. There's the stopwatch trying to line it up, and it is going to hit, but they do not want to
execute or ignite. Doesn't have that little extra oomph as bot lane.
No binding here, and the exhaust on a Bang means a free kill. They didn't know that score was coming in. Was trying to Faker after getting help with the gank. Is just destroying the mid lane again on mid Aatrox.
So we shouldn't be too surprised. Saw the Aatrox mid coming from where the draft went. The bans kind of necessitated it for Faker, but doing it without the cleanse, doing it can't enter lane against any of the combination of champions. That's why the first round GP was so surprising. Speaking of control,
they're going to be caught in here. Faker coming in. The TPs from both sides to devour by Mata onto Faker. He is going to get low and have that passive proc. Have SKT gone too far? Tal wants to jump on in. They get the Bone Skewer onto Mata.
He was always seen as very reliable at not dying.
Whoa!
As okay, we had some interesting rewinds going on here. And watch the replay.
They just wanted to get right into the action, Papa.
As Tal goes in the back line and draws out the enemy Kindred ultimate, so that was a decent trade. But the criticism of Morgana always was, well, just take the scaling champion into her. She doesn't have a great late game. She doesn't actually combine with items apart from Faker, and the results will probably be quite explosive.
So far, UCal on the rise, just only meeting trouble, and it looks like more is coming his way. The 2-man kill. See a lot of supports that are able to do that. He also has the invisibility that can help him poke forward, and it looks like KT is in a lot of trouble. Nada gonna go down here as there's just no support. Even a TP coming in from SKT just in case. So they're gonna have to really do their due diligence if they do want to try to go for that kind of objective. That means maybe some kills here first. Looking for the pick. Here it comes onto Smeb. The Devour comes in and a double! Stun is going to come in, actually, from the Pyke, and that means that everybody from KT is on the run. Mata might go down here. He does not have any way to get out after flashing earlier on, and they finally find him, and they get the binding too! That's a score in the back line. That's going to be 2 kills over to SKT. Kind of said it as a joke that he got angry, but maybe he has, because he is just owning face here up against KT.
KT think they can try to intimidate with that Rise ultimate. They can't.
Well, they really can't. Trying to have a 1v2 is Tal. Bang comes over to try to help him. Tal may go down in the trade.
Baron's at about 2,000.
Bang getting low now. It looks like finally the Pyke comes over. Smeb trying to go 1v1. He is going to go down. No steal is going to go over as Bang, or rather Blank, is on top of the smite. And now the rest of SKT just on the run. Nice slow there by Faker and binding out of Bang. Everybody now just on the run away here from Death.
KT disengage. Watch the replay here. SKT have a team that has strong initiation. Bang can just Rambo into the backline, press ultimate, and it's just squishies on the side of KT. And the moment that Faker dives in, we have two super plays. The first one from Effort, setting up Faker to get into the team fight. Got the knockups, but we're able to get the kills. Someone has to die because there's no other frontliners for KT to help Mata out. But the binding on to score through the death.
Oh boy.
Speaking of bindings.
Mata gonna die again. That's just... You guys can see the stacking onto Baron, that damage from the Sejuani, but there's the hook onto the Kindred, gets the Lamb's Respite off just in time. The GP ultimate does come down, and now Faker is trying to do that damage in the front line. Smeb's gonna be flashed after. Actually, the TP from behind the Faker in the back line is gonna get a triple kill out of nowhere. And that Aatrox now is popping off, and here comes Tall. Didn't have his TP, but finally makes it in.
It's live or replay, we're trying the exact same play again.
Trying to get that binding onto Def. He is going to dodge it this time around. Trying to go here onto Yukal. He is able to get away. In the end, the Sejuani ultimate comes onto Def here. Here's Tall in the bottom side, trying to do that first damage to score and Smith, but nobody's going down here. Can they turn it around? Faker is going to be able to do enough damage, and they get that Pike ultimate to get the 2 kills. And now that will be the 2 that may end this game as SKT is pushing inside, and this looks like the foregone conclusion. The TP comes in from Faker. They're just going to be looking to push everybody aside. Smeb being ignited. They want some extra kills, and SKT. Effort gets low here, and Score is going to be able to get the kill, but everybody else is so low in the back line. A huge cheer from the crowd, and SKT has done it 2-1 in the telecom war over KT Roaster.
This is the one that will allow the SKT fans. Believe they've done it. They've beaten KT Roaster for the first time in the 2018 season. They've looked good doing it as well. They fell low in the first game that was decided so early from the laning misfires from Effort and Bang, but Bang on the Morgana. First, just put down the shields on a Yasuo hard carry, and then being a game winner, a match winner, getting that binding onto Score, getting rid of the smite that allowed the first Baron to come down. We're really big for the side of SKT. SKT first with the Zyrakan mid lane, and then today with the Aatrox mid, with the new stuff at the Morgana bot lane. They're the ones at the forefront of the meta rather than being behind the meta.
Yeah.
The old adage of SKT needing a bit of extra time to work out a meta. May that be true? Do you dare to believe as an SKT fan? Because now you're back-to-back winners, and the second one, you beat a real team in the KT Roaster that might actually be up the top. You beat a real contender.
I wholeheartedly agree. Seems like SKT has found something that works for themselves at least. First picking Morgana. With Ezreal left available, that doesn't look like the old SKT that would swipe up that Ezreal first pick, no doubt, but they've come up with some new strategies. Blank also 3 games in a row on the Sejuani. Picks very well, but only sad faces on the side of KT as the roller coaster drives everyone wild again. They 2-0 one of the strongest teams, if not the strongest that we have here in LCK. They make it look easy, and then they come in against struggling SKT, and they go down.
That does mean the parity between the teams at the top is small.